I met my husband Liberation Day. I lost my sister Liberation Day. I don't know how she dies, but she does. A lot of people lost people on Liberation Day. The mourning period was very short in those days, at least if you planned on surviving. No time for Shiva. If there was time for Shiva, oh God, we all would have died. There was so much of it. Death. All over the place. And my sister, who I'll tell you I loved very, very much. I never saw her again. What could I do? By that time, Papa, Mama, my brother Izzy, who was never too smart, they all were dead. Not me. There was nothing I could do, right? What could I have done, the little pipsqueak? That's what I looked like when my husband met me. I was a real mesquite. You know what that means in Jewish? What you kids, my daughter, calls a real loser. Oh, Ma, that Sharon is a real loser. I looked a real mesquite because I almost lost my life, that's why. Auschwitz wasn't Grossinger's, honey. 3 meals a day? Forget it. Shuffleboard? Go on. You've read about it, I'm sure. Well, it was worse than that. Believe me, and I got there like at the tail end. They stopped giving numbers by the time I got there. They must have run out of numbers, like at the bakery. You notice I don't have any numbers on my arm. Well, that's the reason. They ran out of them. So I was a mesquite. I wasn't the beauty I am today. I had typhoid, my teeth were falling out, I was skinny as you can imagine, knock-kneed. So between the teeth missing and my knees knocking, I was not your typical bathing suit beauty. But my husband, I don't know, somehow he saw something. You see, he comes up to me Liberation Day. Somebody points me out to him. Go, look, that girl there, she's from Lodz. That's where I lived before the camps. Turns out my husband, he too, lived in Lodz ghetto. I didn't know him. But wait, I'll tell you. He comes up to me, a good-looking guy, not too tall. I look him up and down. I think to myself, not bad. He says to me, "Excuse me, I hear you're from the Lodz ghetto." I nodded. I didn't want to keep my mouth open too much. This good-looking guy might see all my teeth that fell out. So I nodded. "Tell me," he said. "I'm looking for someone. From Lodz. Can you tell me if you happen to know if she's alive? Her name is Lola. She is a beautiful girl with a magical smile and a sense of humor you could plot. Tell me," he said. "Do you know if she survived?" I asked him what street does this Lola live on in the ghetto. He told me. It was my street. And what address? He told me. It was my address. And what was the last name of her family? "That's me!" I screamed, all of the spaces and my magical smile showing. "That's me! I am Lola!" And he carried me away, and like the whole thing was a dream, I woke up, a housewife in Flatbush, making gelfit fish for my family, a boy and a girl. Today that boy has a daughter, named for my sister, and the girl is a clinical psychologist.